NXT took place tonight in its home of Orlando, Florida at the WWE Performance Center. We started the show off with the NXT Women's Champion and NXT Women's North American Champion Stephanie Vaquer in the ring, joined by Ava, general manager of NXT, who announced to a much dismayed crowd that Stephanie agreed to relinquish the North American Women's Championship, and at Stand and Deliver, there will be a 6-woman ladder match to determine the new champion. And this is how I believe the champion was first crowned at the, I believe it was in the Battleground show, in the UFC Apex. That's when they first had Kalani Jordan become the inaugural North American Women's Champion. So the agreement she had with Ava was Stephanie got to pick her opponent. Now, as for her explanation to the fans, she says she wants to give opportunities because she got opportunities, but the caveat was she got to choose her opponent for the NXT Women's Championship at Stand and Deliver, and that's when Jordan Grace comes out. She says that Jada Parker's old news and she wants a shot. Jada Parker comes out and also wants a shot, and Jada and Jordan fight. Stephanie said something that you two have unfinished business, and I have to say her English is getting better. She's trying. I kind of feel bad for her in a way because she struggles, but she really wants to get out right, and she's working very hard. So they have a fight. Jada gets thrown to the outside, and then you have Jordan Grace throw a full male security guard over the top rope. So that was the big spot as it sets up their feud, and they're going to have a match next week. We see an Instagram video of Trick calling out Obafemi backstage, or not backstage, in the parking lot. Sarah Scriber did a quick interview with the NXT champion Obafemi. We go to the women's locker room. Several of them are backstage. They all want a chance at the belt, the Women's North American Championship, and some do want the NXT Women's Championship as well. You have Lola Vice, Cora Jade, Fallon Henley, a few others all arguing. Zaria against Lash Legend in a qualifying match. So I was surprised with some of the outcomes tonight. I don't mind Zaria winning. I think just Lash has so much more potential to be a star on the main roster than Zaria. Even a star in NXT, I see nothing with Zaria. I really don't think she has any potential. I think Sol Ruka has a lot of potential. Zaria, I see nothing. She beat Lash Legend. I don't know what they're doing with her. I mean, she's doing nothing right now. Lash and Jakara, I really thought that they were going to bring them up in Naomi and create a heel faction, but that didn't happen. So I disagree with this decision. I guess Zaria might be a better fit for a ladder match, but I mean, Lash Legend has improved, so it is what it is. Backstage, Josh Briggs and Inamura, they're mocked by Wesley and his group. Inamura challenged Wesley to a match, and my goodness, why are they having him speak English? It really upsets me at Shawn Michaels and this NXT rating staff. Why are you putting this guy in a position to speak English? His English is fucking abysmal. Stop having him speak English. Kalani Jordan's backstage. She talks to Ava Reigns against the ladder match. She was the inaugural champion. And then we are joined by Roxanne Perez. And wow, I was not expecting her. Right when I heard her voice, I was like, huh. You know that warm, fuzzy feeling you get, like, oh, Roxanne, she's on NXT. She hasn't been doing anything on Raw or SmackDown, so why not? I mean, since the Chamber, it seems like WWE forgot about half their women's division. Anyway, she wants into the match, and I just missed her. I was so happy to see her back. Ava set up a match with the two of them later tonight. You had a D'Angelo family cinema segment. They're all looking at files for potential new recruits for the family. They continue to tease tension between the Dawn and Stax. You had Hank and Tank get a device from Pretty Deadly backstage. You had their gear with the tops on. They eventually took it off. It looks so stupid. We got a video of the culling. All of them are supporting Sean Spears in his match tonight against Ricky Saints. You had Hank and Tank against No Quarter Catch Crew. I have to say, No Quarter Catch Crew has the most generic look, and they have the worst team in the history of wrestling for stables. That is a horrible name, No Quarter Catch Crew. What a stupid gimmick. I like Ren Sinclair. I think she has potential. I like her look, but I think that's about it. The other three men, I see nothing. I like Ren. That's all. I really see any potential here. He had Trick Williams go to the ring. He wants his belt back. He's interrupted by Javon Evans, who also wants a shot. What happened was Javon is he's basically saying that Trick has sold out and is becoming the thing he hates, and he even says Trick has become Carmelo Hayes. And Trick earlier in the segment mentioned how he lost his brother, and now referencing Carmelo. This gets Trick very mad. They had Obafemi come out. They continue to go back and forth, the three of them. We all know this is setting up a triple threat match. Oba and them argue. Eventually, Ava comes out, and she announces at Stand and Deliver it will be a triple threat match for the NXT Championship. Obafemi defends his title against Javon Evans and the former NXT champion, Trick Williams. They fight, and then the Dark State arrives. I can't call him Retribution anymore. I'll start calling him Dark State. Retribution 2.0, that's all I see. But we have to retire the Retribution name. From now on this show, I will refer to them as Dark State. It's not like they're going to be around much longer anyway. Hopefully they're released in a couple weeks. These guys fucking suck anyway. They lay out everyone. They're going to have a spot in the main event. They're going to interrupt that main event for sure. And I don't know if it'll impact whoever wins. I don't know. But yeah, Dark State sucks. They laid out everyone here again. They finished off with Trick Williams. Backstage, you had a doctor checking Andre Chase for his injured ribs. Then we immediately go to Jada Parker and Jordan Grace fighting in backstage. They throw each other into the garage a couple of times. I have to say, I don't know who's going to win. I guess it could end up being a triple threat. I don't want a triple threat because we're already getting one. I mean, this is the triple threat mania this weekend. If we get Jada Parker, Jordan Grace, and Stephanie Vacker in a triple threat match for next women's title, we're already getting a triple threat match for the main event on the show with the NXT title, and we're going to get a triple threat match with the Women's World Championship on WrestleMania 41, and we're also getting a triple threat match for the, well, not a triple threat match for a title, but the main event triple threat match on night one. So, I mean, like 4 triple threat matches on a single night of wrestling, a single day of wrestling, I meant to say, and it's kind of getting overblown. I don't think we need a triple threat. I think we need to just be one winner here. And whoever wins will face Stephanie Vacker at Stand and Deliver. That's pretty obvious. Backstage, you had the NXT Tag Team Champions who are an afterthought Fraxium. Like, we haven't heard from them. Everybody lost the Hardys. Everyone in the world thought, all right, we're getting Fraxium and the Hardys at Stand and Deliver. I mean, NXT Roadblock feels like a century ago. It was such an awesome show. Now it's just become such a boring, bland show. And Stand and Deliver looks average. There's no way in hell it's going to be as good as Roadblock. I mean, you had Stephanie Vacker and Julia. You had the NXT Tag Team. Well, you had the TNA Tag Team title match. You had all these great matches, and it just feels like, oh, man, there's like no hype anymore for NXT, and the Stand and Deliver is their biggest show of the year. Anyway, what are Fraxium doing? Are they going to have a match at Stand and Deliver? I mean, we only have 2 weeks now. They did nothing on the show. They had no program. So, you had the Swipe Right team come up to Fraxium after Hank and Tank leaves. They challenge them to a match next week. They agree to it. Then all of a sudden, they see Roxanne Perez walking to the ring, and they talk about all the young female talent, and they mention that Roxanne Perez is a smoke show, which I think every heterosexual male with two sets of eyes, with 2 eyes, can all agree on that. I think everyone knows that. We all love Roxanne. Anyway, we have Roxanne Perez and Kalani Jordan. Okay. I don't know why they brought in Roxanne just to beat her again. You already had her lose to Jordan Grace at Roadblock. Why beat her again? I don't get it. So they got the heat on the wall for Roxanne, but I mean the fans love her. Fans loved Roxanne. They didn't hate Kalani. They kind of cheered for Kalani. It was kind of weird because Kalani's sort of a heel, but she was like a super face this match, how she was booked and how the match progressed. I think maybe she doesn't realize or understand how to work as a heel, but Roxanne was awesome in this match. She got the heat earlier. She got a rake to the eyes, and Kalani fans were just really into her. I think everyone just missed her. I think the show was missing her as well. Kalani made a comeback. Then they went back and forth. I went through like 2 commercial breaks, and most people watching on the CW see us a commercial break, but for me, international viewers, they went through 2 breaks, so it was a long match, and it was good. It got really good at the end, and Kalani just beat her cleanly with her split leg and moonsault. Pins are clean. I didn't get it. I mean, Roxanne Perez now has nothing to do for WrestleMania weekend. The match with Bayley fell through. I don't know what Bayley's doing. I guess she's going to be in a tag team match, but I was hoping we get Bayley Roxanne Perez at Stand and Deliver. I don't know if we can get it at WrestleMania. I thought even if we can't get it there, Stand and Deliver would be a great venue, great match, great place for that match to take place, for a great fan base. I think it would have worked really well. Didn't work. Didn't happen. And I guess Roxanne Perez is not going to have anything to do with WrestleMania weekend except sign some autographs, maybe hang out with her boyfriend in Las Vegas. I don't know, but it's too bad because, you know what? Maybe it works out anyway because Tiffany Stratton did nothing at WrestleMania weekend. They had her debut in the Chamber. That was her first match. Then she was inactive for WrestleMania. Then they started really using her after it, and she won Money in the Bank. And we see where she is now. So hopefully Roxanne has the same success, but it's too bad. I thought she should have won. But Kalani Jordan's in a match, and she'll be fine in a match. I don't mind that. You had Ava and her assistants trying to calm her down about Dark State. She says there's going to be a 6-man tag team match. I don't know if I got this, but I think it's the main event against Dark State. I don't know. Ricky Staines is interviewed backstage by Sarah Screeber. Honda's match with Sean Spears. Just a typical Ricky promo. Backstage, you see Sol Ruka and Zaria. Then you had Kalani Jordan come into frame, and she brags about her win over Roxanne Perez. Sol and Kalani, Zaria and Kalani kind of went back and forth. They're officially the first two entrants. I was kind of hoping we'd see Sol Ruka and Kalani Jordan have a rematch. That's not going to happen anytime soon because the match they had, I think it was Heat Wave, was awesome. It's one of the best women's matches of 2024. It was such a creative match. But, I mean, they haven't seen that rematch at all. They've even teased it. I guess Sol will end up in the women's ladder match, I would assume. So, you had an Instagram video with Loser Dark State. They post an Instagram video. They suck. They preview next week's show, and we get to the main event for the NXT North American Championship. The champion Sean Spears defending against Ricky Saints. So I like this match a lot. It was a very fast-paced match. Ricky was very aggressive at first. They went really fast, and they didn't really slow down because maybe they had some of their time cut because the women's match went on for a bit long. But he had Ricky fighting the culling off. Eventually, he gets the win. He pins Sean Spears in one of the fastest title reigns in NXT history. As Sean Spears loses his NXT North American Championship immediately to Ricky Saints, who's your new champion. And Ricky celebrating. There was a loud Choney fumble chant in the crowd. Then, however, Ricky is jumped by Ethan Page. Hits him with a cutter, and Ethan poses over him with the belt. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's a good match for Silver. We're getting Ricky Saints and Ethan Page over a very good matchup. That's fine for the show. That's something to look forward to at least. Even though I think the card's a bit underwhelming so far. But I'm glad we're getting that match. And Ethan Page standing over a fallen Ricky Saints with his championship is how we ended NXT tonight. Which I thought overall the second hour was much better than the first hour. You had a good main event and a very good women's match in the second hour. I thought that kind of saved the show a bit, and I thought it was okay. An okay show tonight. We'll see what happens next. I'm sure we'll have more answers and more matches announced as we continue on the road to WrestleMania weekend, in which NXT has their biggest show of the year on Saturday, April 19th in the morning at 9:30. Yeah, 9:30 in the morning, which is going to be Stand and Deliver.